everybody, it's Tuesday, and today I'm going to talk to you about my writing space, see where the magic happens, so let's get started. So this is my writing space. This is where I write. It looks, I don't know, I guess pretty covered in junk, but I guess it is pretty covered in junk, but it's not too bad. So there's a chair, and it's just a chair, and then there's a floor, and then there's, you know, things around it. So let's get an up-close and personal look at it. Alright, first off we have, obviously, the laptop. Woo! Where all the magic happens. I've had this laptop for 5 years. It is a Toshiba Satellite Pro. So it's held up pretty well. It's big and clunky by today's standards, but it has not failed me yet, except for that small brain implosion it had in the first year of my first year at college, where it had a fatal meltdown and I lost everything, which was really exciting. But it's okay now, and it's had its brain replaced, and I haven't had any crazy malfunctions with it since, despite a lot of weird things happening to it. So right now I have it on Microsoft Word. This is where I write a lot. I don't know, I have some other stuff here. I like Microsoft Word. I understand Microsoft Word. Sometimes I go in Notepad, where you can write HTML and stuff, but usually I just do Microsoft Word because I get to choose fonts and I know all the shortcuts for that. So my keyboard is old. I've been using it a lot, so you can see the M and the N are gone here. The L has been rubbed away just from my fingers. There's a little bit of spot here that you can see where my finger has rubbed on it, so I've done a lot of writing on it. It's getting dusty and old, but it's still holding together, and except for this little plate down here that I've had to scotch tape and duct tape and masking tape and, you know, just generally tape back into place so it doesn't fall off down there. If that's all I've got as far as problems on my computer, I'm perfectly happy with it. So next on the agenda, let's see over here, we have a light. I don't know, I hate having a dark space over here, so I like to have light. Bath & Body Works Warm Vanilla Sugar body cream. It's all smudged up, the writing is, because it's really old. It's from last year's semi-annual sale. It's almost empty, but I use it to moisturize my hands. My hands get dry. You'd be surprised how quickly your hands can get dry when you're typing. So I've also got, see, it's from my sister. I just keep it over here because it's funny. Rock concert, you know, but psh, so that's kind of exciting. This is a clock that Janet actually gave me at my graduation party. So its battery has run down and I need to replace it, but it's like one of those little round batteries, so I actually have to find a place to buy it, and apparently that's more complicated than I feel like being right now. So it says my name on there, and it says BGSU Class of 09, if you can read that because it's getting blurry, but yeah. I've got a Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, 11th edition, which is the edition they use at the internship I work at for Show It, You Know, publishing, so figured I'd get one. I got it from a local bookstore, so it wasn't as insanely expensive as it could have been. Next to that I've got Chicago Manual of Style, 15th edition. I don't know if there's a more recent edition. I got this from somebody for 20 bucks at the end of my editing course at the end of college, and frankly I don't feel like spending 40-50 bucks for a new one if there is a new one, so we're just going to stick with that. I prefer the Chicago Manual of Style over a lot of other styles, partially because I'm most familiar with it, and also just because I don't know, I like the way it has stuff, I guess, like the serial comma. I really hate it when there's like 3 items and then people don't have a comma. Like here, I don't know if I can, let's see, like if you have, oh, I'm going to the store and I'm going to get bread, eggs, and milk. See? Now you can have it like that, bread, eggs, and milk, but Chicago Manual Style is going to highly recommend that you have bread, comma, eggs, comma, and milk instead of bread, comma, eggs, and milk, because when you have bread, you have eggs and milk like that, it makes it look like eggs and milk is like one thing. You're going to get the eggs and milk item instead of eggs and then a milk, so I don't know, that kind of anal stuff. But that's the sort of thing that the Chicago Manual of Style is going to outline for you if you're an editor and you need to figure out how to make everything uniform within a text. So people can be like, oh, we have our house style, and this is how everything's going to be, and they can give you this whole manual that they've made, or they can be like, we go by CMS, which is the Chicago Manual of Style, is CMS. So you'd be like, oh, so you just have to look through that book's gazillion pages to find that particular thing you're looking for. So if you're real familiar with it, it's healthy, or not healthy, it's handy I can't talk. I can write, but I can't talk. It's handy because then you don't have to, look it up. Pinky's not normally here, but Pinky's here today because I need a Beanie Baby, so Pinky's going to help me out. Next we have Stephen King's On Writing, because, I don't know, apparently I like to procrastinate, and this is a great way to procrastinate if you don't feel like doing anything, because you just look at it and you're like, oh, I would need some inspiration. You start reading, you can't stop. Thesaurus, yes, I have the internet. Yes, I have a thesaurus on Microsoft Word. You can right-click on a word and then find synonyms, which is handy. If you want broader stuff, you can go to like thesaurus.com or other websites. But I like to just have something, something real. I don't know. I'm like Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He feels that books need to be held and smelled and knowledge to be absorbed, not through ones and zeros. So I'm kind of on board with that. So I've got a thesaurus right there. On the other side, it's a little less organized. It's more of a wires and tentacle mess, although, I have tentacle mess down there of wires, so it's where everything's plugged in. So maybe that's worse. But over here we've got my headphones plugged into my computer. My sound is dying, regardless of whether or not I plugged in, but I try. This is what I hook up my camera to the computer. This is my baby. This is my external hard drive, which will save all my files, which I have all my files saved to in case my computer does another nosedive. I don't blame it if it does another nosedive, but if it does, this is here to save it. So it's hooked up back here, and then I've got my flash drive, which, I tell you what, if you have your flash drive hooked up to your computer, don't leave it in there and then try and scrunch your whole computer into your messenger bag, because I tell you what, your flash drive is going to crack right down the middle, and then you're going to have to go ghetto on it and tape it up, which you can't see because my camera won't focus. But there's taping it back together, because it was split in half. And miraculously it still works, so I figure I'll just keep it. More random crap, stickers, tape, staples, I don't know, who cares, I don't need them. Pens, a ruler, because I could find no other place to put it. I have really random stuff on my desk. My desk is sort of like the place where things end up, and I'm like, this is office-like, but I don't know what else to do with it, so it's here. I have a Lucky Bamboo right here that is, God, it's dying. I'm trying to figure out how not to let it die. I'm trying to keep it warm. I'm trying to keep it not too warm. I'm trying to give it, more water, less water, water without the chlorine, so I leave the water out overnight so the chlorine isn't in it. I try to give it a bigger vase, try to give it less sunlight, have it by my skylight so it's getting a little bit more sunlight. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it happy. I'm failing miserably. This has been going on for a year, but if anybody has any idea on how to keep a Lucky Bamboo plant from dying when it seems dead set on doing so, please let me know. Up here I have my corkboard thing, which I would pull back and show you, but I can't because my camera doesn't work like that. But I've got random stuff tacked up on here. I discovered I like thumbtacks in college because we had one of these behind our desks. So I like to stick things up here and be able to stare at them. Things that I think, oh, maybe I'll do it someday, but I haven't done it yet, or stuff I have to keep track of. Yes, I have a bag of cocoa up there. I don't know. This is pretty cool. This is one thing that I learned from reading a book. Somebody said they would take shortcuts in Microsoft Word and write them up and just leave them in front of their computer so they could learn them. This one is for track changes, to accept all changes. This one's just to toggle the track changes. So I wanted to learn those, and I think I pretty much learned those, so I should probably take them down and make a new one, but that's pretty cool. There's a list of things that could be wrong with my bamboo plant. See, I'm trying. Other random things, quotes, there's the thumbtack deposit in the corner. So that's really it. I sit here and, I've got this little thing to rest my elbows on. I do this weird movie around thing when I can't figure out, if I'm comfortable. But it's squishy, and I can put my elbows on it. Oh, this is something I was editing. You can see the little, you can't really on this page, I don't really have anything, but there were editing marks on it. Yeah, this is the squishy thing that I've got for my elbows, because elbows get tired, and I'll tell you what, this is really hard to rest your elbows on for a while, so I like that thing. There's nothing really else much here. Sometimes I'll go to my bed and I'll sit down and I'll write there, but I usually don't because it's uncomfortable, because when I have my legs stretched out for a while they get stiff, and this is just a lot easier because I can, sit in a chair. Ooh, that was my leg. Ah! So yeah, writing space, not much going on here. It's in a corner. I guess that's an important bit. See, there's the slanted roof up above me, which is what leads to the skylight there. That's the moon, by the way. I'm actually taping this Monday night, so, you know, trivia. But I'm in a corner, and I like to have it in a corner, because then I have less to concentrate on. It's all sort of centered here, where stuff's going to happen, rather than feeling like I have the huge room around me. So keep it in a corner where you can just go to it, then you can come back out and come back to it. So I like having it in a corner. I'm talking too much. I'm done. But yeah, it's my writing space. It's my Beanie Baby Pinky. Pinky says hello. Pinky thinks you should come back next time. Pinky thinks you should stay tuned for Jessie, who is going to be here tomorrow. We'll talk to you about her writing space and what she does in her writing space, so you better show up.